All right. Okay.
How about
Okay. Big Reg stepping in. So I'm just gonna start this bitch up from the top again. Hold up.
now? All that was for nothing.
What's good, homies? Welcome to episode 130 of Homie Studios. It's your boy STV GREAT, joined with our homie P. G. And welcome to the TLG edition of Homie Studios. You think
P. back in this bed. You know what I'm saying?
Reg, you a godsend, brother, because we was about to go in.
We was about to do the power for lip readers only.
Hey man, that would have been tragic, man. What's good? Big Reg, he deserves an air horn. Let's get it. You already know, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody for tapping in. Obviously, we are short some homies today. You know what I mean?
We short a couple of homies.
Short a couple of homies. You know, we got one homie that's decided he wanted to go take a little trip to Texas. You know what I mean? We got another homie that's taking some time off with the kids.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So, you know, when that happens,
nothing better than family time.
Nothing better than family time. But when that happens, it is time for me, you know, to go ahead and call in the heavy artillery. You know. That's what we do. And for those who have not seen the Brother Peach, you know, all you got to do is go and tap into several previous episodes, the majority of the previous episodes, and you will find good Brother Peach there.
You know. I ain't potting every day, but I'm on call potting, you know what I'm saying?
You know, break glass in case of emergency.
I'm that nigga at your job that like, you need to switch Friday? All right, I got you. You
know, you're a very important person at the job, by the way. You know what I mean? Like that, but once again, I appreciate you coming here. You know, if not, it would have been a solo game. You know what I mean? It would have been a 30-minute podcast because there would have been nobody to argue my points against. It still might not be because we normally see eye to eye definitely more than me and Shays do. And like, that's no shot at Shays. It's just that that was why we started this podcast to begin with, because we had me and Shays. It feels like me and Shays are always on the opposite ends of every topic. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. This ain't gonna be no yes man podcast today. We're gonna get into some shit.
It's gonna be a Jets man podcast today.
See,
they gave me reason to talk, baby. Hey, can't tell me. It's not on the menu today.
You can't tell me. Yes,
it's not in the script. Pete, you can't keep bringing up the Jets. You should see those meetings we be having pre and post pod. You can't just be bringing up the Jets. We're talking NBA today, nigga.
The homie Red said, "Come off the bench. We need a triple double from you." You know what I mean?
That's appreciate you.
You know what I mean? All right, man. So let's get into it.
You gonna have to get on this bitch one day too.
Man, Red should have been on this pod by now. Like it's almost damn near a crime that he hasn't been yet. But let's go ahead and slide over to the barbershop, man, because like, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I told you how my week was. My week was all right. It was headaches, work, same old shit. You know, we ain't got to go too deep into details on that shit. Hey, I got a baby on the way.
Hey, I got a niece on the way.
I got a baby on the way. You know what I mean? Which means I got a wife at home that is pregnant, but literally the best pregnancy of all time. She's already goated at this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but no, that's all for me. So let's go ahead and slide over because God knows I need to step into somebody's barbershop.
Into the barbershop we go.
Cause it's time.
What time is it?
For barbershop talk.
What? Barber what?
Baby. Y'all know the fucking vibes, man. Huh?
Okay.
Look, man, this is only the second week back.
Still got it. Still got it.
It's only the second week back. We took a couple weeks off, and we just came back last week, and I'm still not all the way ready for that.
Hey.
But thankfully, today I didn't have the hookah sitting next to me, so it wasn't like that was gonna keep me down. You know what I mean? But yo, let's get into it, dog. Let's get into it.
Last
Saturday, we all came over to Shade's crib.
We all did.
he had that, that giant. I ain't gonna try to. I ain't putting his shit out there like that. But he had the big screen out.
Nigga,
he had the big screen out. You know what I mean?
The huge screen,
the huge, ginormous screen. So we got this. We got the fight
mounted by yours truly.
Oh yeah.
You need a TV put up.
Holla at the boy.
Hit up the homie.
But no. So we came over. We was getting prepared for this fight. Last pod we made our predictions. So to recap the predictions. Me and the Don, me and Ryan, we were on team Errol Spence, right? Mm-hmm. Shades was telling us, no, it's gonna be Bud. You don't understand how much that during that fight, I was so mad that he decided to go on the other end and it be the winning end. I already know. Because he gonna pop off. He gonna pop off at the mouth. But so we come over, everybody getting some, we had some chicken, some Publix chicken wings on deck, fruits, veggies, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. Everybody get your little drink in if you want it. You roll up, smoke something, there's something. It was something for everybody, right? We finally get to the fight because they had the fight beforehand, and that fight was very frustrating because they had the little short Mexican guy against the slightly taller Mexican guy, and the slightly taller Mexican guy was the pretty boy of the two, and the short one definitely wasn't a looker. You know what I mean? So somebody was saying you got to give the edge to the ugly nigga.
He ain't got nothing to lose.
That
shit was funny.
So like you see the short dude wailing on pretty boy. You know what I mean? Pretty boy was just getting done up left and right. You know what I mean? Pretty boy was getting done left and right. So, but the short dude just didn't have enough power to knock him out. You know what I mean? So like it was just a long fight of this little dude giving the pretty boy the beats, but he can't knock the boy out. I felt bad for little man because if he would have been able to knock him out, I probably could have moved him, up the ladder a little bit. But it didn't like you have enough power, good brother. So so obviously next fight, Errol Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, and boy, was it not ultimate domination?
I mean, you probably can't dominate a boxing match more than that unless you Mike Tyson and you knock him out in like 8 seconds. For real.
No, that's facts. That's facts because like it's like Earl was literally just standing in front of this nigga the whole fight. Whenever he decided to attack, and Bud's jabs was working that nigga, bro. I ain't never seen. I ain't gonna say that because that's hyperbole, but it's been a while since I seen jabs that effective. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was just mad that bro didn't change his style. Like we learned in the first couple rounds that I can't go at bro like this, and all he did was keep using all the little energy he had left that kept getting knocked out. What up, my nigga Echo? Nigga Echo.
The boy in the building.
My bad, I can't see the comments like normal, so I had to adjust. What's up, bro?
What it do? What's popping?
I've been watching the little Street Fighter stream, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing you out there, you know what I'm saying? I need to ask, do you play with a controller or with a joystick? I just was wondering.
Yeah. But back into this this fight though.
But yeah, I didn't like how he didn't change his style. I think that's bad corner. You gotta have better management coaching than that. Mm-hmm. I think that when we seen that this style that he's obviously used to and comfortable in, it's kind of like rushing the opponent with his shit, Mm-hmm. That shit was like the counters that was coming off of it.
Shit wasn't gonna work.
Literally fucking him up. Like it was literally fucking him up, and they never made him do nothing different. Yeah. He just kept like, all right, I'm gonna hit one of these bitches. No, You're not.
No, like bro, he was swinging, but he wasn't hitting shit. And every time he missed, it felt like Bud hit him with 2 to 3. That's what it felt like. Like that.
Yo,
I know that nigga felt like he was getting his ass whooped by like 3 niggas.
As far as the technicality, the boxing,
yeah,
it was all on display by Bud in that fight. The fight begins, right?
Yeah.
Because round 1 go to Spence.
Round 1 go to Spence.
Round 1 go to Spence. But what was it? I'm gaining information. Let me see what he trying to do. Let me read my opponent. Didn't know he was reading him like a damn book with words. Didn't know that.
I listened to the Budden podcast this week.
Didn't know it was in Dr. Seuss level. And he was.
I was listening to the Budden podcast this weekend. That nigga Budden said, I have never seen somebody download the information that
I'm trying to tell you,
and installed it that quickly.
Like, yo, bro, he had the best Wi-Fi. That download was phenomenal.
Bro, Wi-Fi. He had in-home wired internet, bro. Ethernet. There was no Wi-Fi. Ethernet cord connected, bro.
Full connection.
You know what I mean,
bro? And I just like the counter punches. His punches landed percentage. Like he wasn't wasting punches. He wasn't wasting energy. He wasn't dropping his hands. Like everything was looking so clean from Bud.
In the second round, he knocked Errol down.
Bro.
A nigga that don't get knocked down.
It never got better.
A nigga that don't get knocked down.
It never got better.
And like in like the first knockdown or quote unquote trip that he had, right? The
quote unquote trip. You kept losing your legs, buddy.
Exactly.
Every time you lost your legs, that's not tripping.
But like after that first one, I'm like, okay, well, Errol gonna get him with one. You know what I mean? This because even to that point, first knockdown, I'm like, this gonna be an even fight. I'm still in my mind saying that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an even fight.
Never got even.
It never got. It got worse. In the deficit just kept growing.
It got bad. It
never
got so
even
bad that there was multiple times that I'm like, they're about to stop this shit.
Yeah,
like I thought they were gonna stop this shit. Like at the end of the day, they should have probably stopped that shit. Like he was concussed a couple times. Nobody can tell me different. His eye was too fucked up for this nigga to continue a long time ago. Like, yo. This shit was crazy,
bro. By one of the last knockdowns before they called it, that man hit him in his shoulder and like threw that nigga across the ring. I'm like, that boy legs is so far gone. No Drake, so far gone, bro.
It was crazy.
I couldn't believe what I was witnessing, dog. And then the craziest part, and I saw this afterwards because I ain't gonna say we was getting this on the illegal stream, but we definitely was getting this on the illegal stream. Because
I don't know what he's talking about.
Because that shit cut off immediately after the fight. Like it was like the person who put that bitch up there had bet on Spence and was
definitely bet a lot.
It was so mad. It was so mad because I'm talking about stop the fight, ding ding ding, cut in the feed. Like it was so quick.
It was so quick. I've never watched a fight where I didn't see anything after ding.
Bro, you can't sit here. But this is what happened after the fight. Bud Crawford family in the ring. These niggas damn near doing the electric slide in the ring, nigga. While I'm over here still trying to get my wits. Y'all niggas over here kicking that leg up and turning to the right. No, that's wild. Yeah. That's wild.
We did say when he came out with Eminem.
Yeah.
That you don't really come out with Eminem and lose.
Bro.
For one,
bro, like I'm gonna tell you right now, when I heard the instrumental for Lose Yourself start, this before Emma's even on the screen, I'm like, oh shit, no, this man might be a little bit serious. And then
he did say that shit.
And then all of a sudden, boom, they go Eminem on the screen, and I'm like, oh, you can't lose if M walk you to the ring to lose yourself. Mom spaghetti.
Knees weak.
Oh,
he's talking about Spence knees,
bro. His arms is heavy.
Yeah, Yeah.
All of that was real. All of that came to fruition.
All that came to fruition for Spence, boy.
Oh
He
man,
ain't know that song was to him at the time.
no idea. Now, this is the question. This is the real question. Should there be a fucking rematch?
Let's be real. What about that fight says rematch? I want a rematch when it was a close decision, when we aren't sure who really won, when we're like, somebody did have a little stumble trip. What if they didn't? Like, it's usually something in there. Like, I know what's going to happen in the rematch. I could tell you.
What's going to happen?
Spence can't win the first round.
Why you say that?
Because information is already downloaded and it don't look like Spence know another game plan. That nigga is going to come with the same shit.
That's one thing I also want to talk about. Okay, so Spence was undefeated coming into this fight. Who in his corner didn't keep telling this man to do something different?
This is why boxing is where it's at right now, and why it's not what we grew up on and shit. Because these guys fight nobodies to get to. They can't even come acting like somebody if they're not 20, almost 30-0,
right?
With 79% knockouts, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's wash ass niggas. Like, at the end of the day, like, no disrespect to these people who they professional boxers too and shit, but in comparison to the talent of that person, they're nowhere near that. Yeah, that's why records look like they do. Back in the day, you wouldn't be a good fighter and go 20 fights without fighting somebody of worth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You wouldn't do that.
No, like that's back in the day. People had a couple of losses on their record.
That's what I'm saying. Great fighters. Fighters.
Yeah.
Had losses.
Yeah.
Multiple. And you couldn't look at them like, oh, this guy I'm 20-0. 20-0, I'm about to go. I can tell you that.
Who do you think started that? Is it Floyd?
No, Floyd definitely caused that. That's like one of those Steph changed the game kind of moments. Floyd put the number so high.
Yeah, he did.
That niggas is like scared to even step outside before they got.
But Floyd fought niggas.
The thing about it is niggas ain't Floyd.
That part.
They not about to fight good niggas and not get fucked up.
Right.
You know?
Right. Because Floyd was so good with
with the defense and
not getting that shoulder up.
Floyd understands boxing at its deepest technicality of IQ. He wasn't doing what we want. As fans, we want to see a fight. We want to see a brawl. We want to see fucking punches thrown and landed. No. Yeah. He was looking at judges. He literally in his mind, like not exactly like this is just my portrayal. In his mind, he's just like, all right, what the judges looking for? Oh, they looking for punches landed. They looking for counters. They looking for how much heavy hits landed. Oh, this nigga's not about to land no heavy hits on me. I'm about to get 1,000 jabs off if we go 12 rounds. Like all this different shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's how you win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not getting knocked out and you can't lose on the cards. It was the perfect formula, but just because I could give you the perfect formula don't mean your skill set and your reflexes, your understanding is going to reach that. So everybody looking at Floyd like, oof. But now they're not seeing how deep it was that he got to get there, you know? And it's like, bro, look at the 22 people that he fought. Like, tell me somebody.
Right.
No, tell me somebody who else you would watch a fight of theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like that alone.
Right. Okay.
Like you ain't watching none of these other niggas fight anybody. So it's like, I don't like that part. I don't know how they could fix it.
That's kind of why I like Tank. That's why I like Tank. Because Tank ain't ducking nobody. Like anybody in his weight class that want it and that's worth it, he'll go in there and get in the ring with him.
Yep.
And like,
but it's the thing about it is that it's good fighters that's gonna duck him.
Yeah.
They don't want the smoke. It's the risk, you know, because the way that boxing's set up right now, that could be their career.
Yeah, if you lose one,
you lose one.
But like, okay, I'm gonna lose one to like what, the hottest nigga in the division?
It's like they
Like,
don't care about that.
Like that don't make no sense. Like, okay, bro, that sets up.
I don't even think
that sets up rematches.
I don't even think it's the boxing community that's like that. It's the media culture.
Okay,
them niggas can't survive the Twitter jokes, the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's not gonna end until you knock somebody down who's a big dog. Like you know, and like some of them aren't ready to deal with that. They need to go off of that. Like, hey, nobody beat me. I got 22 knockouts. Who they think I am? Like,
yeah, no, you spitting right now because like, yeah, I get that because like Twitter, you will have people deactivate completely all social media if they take L's in the ring. Because one, you got the people that just gonna crack jokes. Then you got hating niggas. Then you got niggas that gambled on you. You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot of negative energy coming your way, buddy.
A lot, man. All right, man. But I ain't trying to see no rematch either. Keep it a bean. Not trying to see that shit. Don't want to see it. Don't want no parts of it. Shit stinks. But that's me. If I'm Spence, I want the rematch because I need to get my lick back. You know what I mean?
Of course you want the rematch if you're Spence, but do you really want it?
No, of course. I mean, does he really want it? Sure. Because to step in the ring and fight niggas, them niggas ain't the most sane of mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, them niggas have situations where they're like, huh?
Okay, so put it like this. Let me get you this question though. If you Spence and you do want that rematch and you do get it, what are you doing differently? What can you do differently to make this fight a different outcome?
Oh, I'm not a fighter, so I'm not exactly sure how to answer that. But it's gonna be a lot of what I didn't do. What it's not gonna be what I did last time.
And this is a part of fighting too, right? I just think his style is not gonna work well against Bud's style.
Okay.
Like I don't know if there is a lot he could do to like change it that drastically, you know?
Yeah.
He can do things, but it's a lot about just the way he is built that I don't think would survive. That's why I don't think like a rematch would be good for him.
Okay. I mean, I think the rematch would be good for him. Do I want to see it? No, because I feel like I'm trying to come from two different perspectives right now. So that's what I'm doing. I feel like he should not do this damn fight. I don't think it's going to benefit him. But if I'm him, I'm thinking I need to do this fight. I need to get this win back, or I lose and I'm just the second best of this of this time period. You know what I mean? Like one of the two things. Like, and if I'm second best in my time period, then I'm not necessarily pissed with that. I would just really be mad later on that I never got a dub over him.
Yep.
But I won't know if I can if he got one, can I get one unless I actually go and try to get that one. You know what I mean?
Sunday morning when you went into that game film room
and you saw
and
everything,
you watched all that shit again, you knew.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing.
You knew what time it was.
You knew what time it was.
All right.
When you felt that punch that made your knees weak, and you went back to the corner and was like talking with your eyes because you can't say it because you know it's a microphone right there. This nigga hit the fuck out of me. Like, when you feel it in the fight, that's when it's bad.
No.
When you feel it later, that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough it's tough in that scenario.
It's tough when you're feeling it right now. And you can't tell me he wasn't feeling that eye right now.
He's still feeling that eye right now, bro.
Let's go.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and move over to the NFL, man. Well, we gonna
football
is back. The NFL is back. We had the first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game last night. Before we even talk about the game, I want to tell you the funniest thing that happened last night. Why the hell they had DeMarcus Ware out here singing the national anthem?
Hey, that shit was funny. I didn't know that was gonna happen,
bro. I was like, oh, DeMarcus Ware's gonna sing that national anthem. He must have had a voice, and I ain't never know it. And then he went out there and gave a top 3 worst national anthem singings of all time.
That shit is good,
bro. It was so bad. It was so putrid. I'm like, this how y'all want to kick off 2024 season?
Yeah, they had to give it.
If this is
that man had a dream to sing on the big stage, right?
That nigga said, "Oh,
that man going into
you see by the dawn's early night." I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. So I didn't even see him singing at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to the game like right around like the 13 minutes and 57 seconds to be exact second of the first quarter of the first quarter. So when I'm watching stuff this morning, getting ready for before I get ready for work, and I'm like, oh, DeMarcus Ware song, and they posted it on YouTube. Why'd y'all do that to that man? So if y'all on YouTube, make sure y'all go to the NFL page where they posted that shit and watch the shit because it's fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. But like, yeah.
You won't tell him that to his face?
I would.
All right.
What are you gonna do? Punch me? Like, because I told you, because I told you you sung like shit?
Yes. Because that's how he's built.
Cool. Then run me my check.
He gonna run it, but you're gonna still feel it.
Hey, if I gotta earn it, let me give 10 million out of this head real quick. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna swing back. Just why? Because he big and played in the NFL. He can't get knocked out.
Yeah,
that ain't true. That's not true though.
The average nigga, most of the time it is. Let's just be real. Every time you see one of these niggas punch somebody in a regular, like they punching regular niggas, not a football player, athlete type shit.
So
it's always bad. It's always horrible.
He gonna have to hit me first though.
All right. It's no Ray Rice, one of the smallest NFL niggas, right?
Yeah.
This nigga's like 5 Ray Rices.
I know.
All right. I seen that.
He just going to hit me. He's 6'4".
That's all good.
I'm not 5'7" out here.
Trying to get hit by a nigga like that.
I'm not 5'7".
I'm just keeping it real.
Like, I'm a solid 6
That's
foot.
why I can't tell him his singing was bad. And if he asks me about it, I'm
gonna be like, no, dog. I'm sorry. That was
I'm sorry too.
That shit was so ass juice, bro. That was some ass juice. Boy, he said Mike Tyson can rock my shit for a good lawsuit amount. Brother need to come up.
Fuck that, not me. Nah. I'll be thinking about, am I gonna be okay after? Like, I want to enjoy any money I come into. Y'all not about to have me fucked up, can't even home in my scrape.
So I'm
talking about her. You know, I got a man in the back and damn.
No, I got a man in the back. Damn. And I'd be happy as shit. Because bro. But like, okay. I would much rather take a hit from DeMarcus Ware than Mike Tyson.
Yes.
So, sorry, DeMarcus Ware. I hope you never see this. But if you do, don't ever fucking do that shit again. You are fucking trash. Into the game.
He said it.
Yeah, that's me. I put my name on that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna add another letter to my name. Call me 3LG. Because I'm not affiliated with this nigga, DeMarcus. Remember who did it. All right. Now
all right.
But about this Hall of Fame game, before we get into the game, I had something too. You know about one of these Hall of Famers.
Okay.
My boy Reeves.
Oh, hold on. Air horns.
It's a good little slate this year, I ain't gonna lie. But my dog Reeves, I'm just like so happy. Like,
I like that.
He's my favorite nigga to ever watch playing. Like,
so
live. Not like old school niggas. It's different. You know what I'm saying?
So it's dope that both he and Rondé Barber can go in in the same year.
Yeah.
Because Rondé Barber, when I was in, let's not talk about what grade I was in because that just dates the shit out of me.
Old.
Fuck you. But I'm watching them play in, you know, that route to the Super Bowl. That boy Rondé was locking shit down. You hear me? Yo, that boy Rondé was locking shit down. You hear me? And bro, like it's just like to see both of them because we know what Reeves represent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the truest of lockdown, You cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200. Revis was a bad boy. Badass boy, bro. So yeah, continue. My bad. I just interjected.
No, it was just a shout out to Revis, and getting I'm almost 100% sure he's the first ballot. You feel me? So like it's feeling like we getting the inductee in there. I just watched y'all get one last year, so the process is like that shit is fire.
It's dope. It's dope to see, man. It's super dope to see. It's well deserved.
It's players that's like affecting my love of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I see all these players that I got mad respect and love for get into that bit all the time, But one who really impacted me directly on my team, like, had me on Sundays like flying around the fucking house. You know it. You know what I'm saying? But
no, I've witnessed how many times you would get hyped every time this man would lock somebody up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then you would fly around the apartment.
Yes, fly. Literally.
It's the same way how I feel about how like Devin Hester is not in yet.
I don't like that.
And that shit, like the same way you feel, like the same way we felt about one of our favorite players is getting in.
I feel like a lot of people don't like that he's not in.
Because it makes zero sense. He's the greatest return man of all time.
Period, point blank, no argument.
Like, I wish somebody would bring up Dante fucking Hall to me again, because I'm really getting sick of that shit. I liked him. I like Dante Hall. You know what I mean? But don't you bring his name up again?
Yeah, this nigga ran the kickoff back in the Super Bowl. Like
somebody said, Josh.
When
Cribbs.
You know he do that,
yeah,
he still did that.
No, it's not even he ran the kickback in the Super Bowl. He ran the opening kickback.
Oh yeah,
in the Super Bowl.
Opening kick.
The opening kick.
As
when
the shit started,
all the flashing lights from the cameras, everything's going crazy, and then this nigga does exactly what everybody anticipated him doing in his home city, in Miami.
When you normally can't get that done.
So
if I was the other team, I'm not opening kicking it to him,
bro. Instant open. This gonna be the most duddiest start to a Super Bowl ever, because I'm kicking that bitch out of bounds first kick. Here, y'all got it at the 40. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not playing these games. Not with Devin Hester.
For sure. Not
with Devin Hester. So it was like he needs to be in ASAP. Stop playing with my man's name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he deserved that.
All right.
But let's get into this game a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Jets.
I
said Jet.
Jets. Jets.
Yeah. So Jets open up Hall of Fame game. Tell you what I like.
Yeah, because I really
I like that we got to play in the Hall of Fame game after watching y'all get that early start to y'all season last year, and the Pittsburgh Steelers getting it. And to me, I think that has a little help for a lot of the younger players. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bringing back the offensive and defensive rookies of the year on my team. So nothing light. True. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we also bringing in Aaron Rodgers. You know, we drafted Will McDonald. You know what I'm saying? We picked up a couple players, a little Cole Harden, a little Allen Lazard, wide receiver room looking good.
Yes, definitely beefing up.
So
hold on 1 second. The boy Mike Beasley's in the building.
Yeah.
What up, dog?
What's up, broski?
All right.
But yeah. So a lot of additions. Got Hackett over here now, and we seen all the shit that was going on with Hackett and Peyton talking shit and all that, and everybody making their comments, which I do think he was fucked up for saying that shit.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we all know that some niggas is head coaches and some niggas not. And sometimes some niggas not their first time. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I got respect for the man as an offensive coordinator. Yeah, and that's what he's about to be to my team, to his favorite person, to the favorite person of him. Like, oh man,
right.
I see big things. I can't wait.
And big things is coming.
I feel it. But as far as this game goes, right? Ain't taking too much into I ain't about to go shades on them. You know what I'm saying? So it is some stuff I like. I've been watching training camp, so it's people I'm looking at already. You know what I'm saying? Brown, Lee, Taylor, like all these young boys.
Bro, y'all mentioned that shit in the group chat yesterday. Brought up Brownlee's name, and I'm instantly snapped back because I think he went to Southern Miss. He went ULM, whatever the Louisiana Monroe. If I'm not mistaken. Because his name kept coming up when we played them.
Yeah.
And like he was like the only nigga on that team that was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it was evident he was the only nigga on the team that was nice.
Yeah.
You know, like, and he played like the only nigga on the team that's nice.
So my wide receiver room already deep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like watching those guys battle it out. We got another dude who's like fast as shit. That running back is fast as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Dalvin Cook talks. We got all this stuff going on.
We'll talk about him in a bit.
Yeah. So the game last night, I was watching for a lot of these young people, couple people showed a few flashes and stuff. Big story of the night is probably Zach Wilson throwing 57 yards. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he had a little up and down performance. He is who I think he is. I don't want him on my team.
Yeah, I mean, even though one quarter of the Homie Studios was definitely saying maybe he turns into a Geno.
Maybe he turns into a Geno.
You know when Geno turned into somebody else? Into the new Geno? On another team.
On another team many years in the future after backing up like 4 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't got time for all that. But it's not just that. It's just he don't got it. I be having faith in people when they don't got it, even if they still looking bad. When I feel like they do got it, even if they still looking bad.
Yeah.
But like I just don't think he got it. And I never thought he had it. It's not something new. Like
right.
I told y'all boys day one.
The night of the draft.
Oh man, no. I told you when we lost to y'all. Like when we lost the game.
Yeah.
And gave y'all the first round pick, I was like, Lawrence is my last name.
Yeah.
You think I didn't want Trevor on the Jets?
Yeah.
You know how many jerseys I would have had? One for every day of the week.
I have a Trevor Lawrence jersey. It's gonna be phenomenal.
16 is my favorite number.
And it's 16.
You know it's a 16 on it. I think I know.
Yeah. Just so you know, I just wanted you to know,
motherfucker.
Like it says,
but
Lawrence on the back.
At the end of the day,
it's dope.
Whatever happens led to me getting Aaron Rodgers. So we both got good quarterbacks.
We
now.
made it. We made it.
We made it out of the struggle. At least for the time being, for me, it looked like for a long time for y'all. You know.
Yeah.
But
and what sucks though is like, okay, it's great. Now I'm not gonna sit here and act like any of this sucks. No, having Aaron Rodgers on your squad is dope. But this is one of those years where I would have wanted to have that number 1 overall pick if I'm trying to go to a new quarterback in the future.
No, not for me, because my defense is too good right now.
I'm just saying for a team that is in need of going to the next quarterback, or wants to go
for sure.
Because Caleb Williams at USC, that boy is. Drake May at North Carolina, he is not to be fucked with.
That boy's gonna look good this year.
I like both of them. Yeah. I like both of them. So yeah, man.
And it's gonna be somebody else. You know how it always go, that come out of the woodwork balling.
Yeah.
But
back to this game. We still ain't got into this game yet. Tell me what you saw. Your biggest takeaways.
I saw a lot of young players on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I saw a lot of young players on the field.
A gang of them.
Yeah, but what I seen that I like is that, like, you know, sometimes you got to look away from how we look at football. Like, we look at football kind of in a very, very fucked up way. When you really think about it, it's like either you super big dog or you ain't nothing. And even all these young boys, they work so fucking hard to be where they at. And none of these niggas gonna be on my team. Like, half the people I'm watching right now, more than half probably, not gonna make the 53.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they make a practice squad or somebody else practice squad or 53. You know what I'm saying?
I see somebody last night make a Twitter comment saying, dang, a preseason Hall of Fame going on. It's a bunch of WWE future WWE superstars out there.
They be getting them.
And what's crazy is, like, one of the dudes that's in NXT right now, he's the nephew and son of one of the Steiner brothers, right? But 2 years ago, my bad, he was at the Baltimore Ravens training camp.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So like dead ass, somebody there's gonna make it.
I actually seen something that it's actually a big recruiting grounds, not just for the WWE, but for like Navy SEALs and Marines, like military special forces type shit. A lot of those guys are world class athletes still. You know what I'm saying? So like obviously maybe football, they're not what we're looking for. But in life, they're way above the average person.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even who we looking at as scrubs, that's what I mean.
Athletically.
Like stamina, like all this
all of that
ability to take hits, like, way above the average person we be walking around in the street with,
True.
So it's always shout out to those boys. So I always try to look at them like my family a little bit. Like, I'll be watching my cousin ball, you know what I'm saying, at Delaware State. So I know how it is when you plugged in on people that somebody else might not be as into, but that's going on for a lot of these boys. But I ain't see nothing too crazy. I ain't see to make me go either way. And it's not our teams. Like, it's not the Browns.
Right.
What I seen was the Browns know how to fucking run the ball. Yep. They always know how to run the ball.
There. Right.
And they fucking are fucking tainted in that shit. Like, they can run the fucking ball, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure nobody in the league run the ball as good as the Browns. Like, that's just throwing it out there.
Year
but
after
like,
year
like
upon
on
year.
a consistent, like
not just year on year, but like decade on decade.
I'm trying to tell you, them niggas been running for forever. They still
didn't
running.
matter if it was like Peyton Hillis,
you
know what I mean? Like, bro, like it just didn't matter, bro. Who you put back there? They made somebody a good running back
there. Yeah, so like they was putting pressure on my boys. Mekhi Becton played a couple snaps. They pulled him out early. He said they had clashing stories when I looked at what he said and what the coach said. He said he felt a little something, you know what I'm saying? But he all right, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean he felt a little something?
Because he coming back off injury.
Okay.
So I guess whatever the rehab process was for him and all, that's his first snaps in a minute. But the coach said he thinks it's just confidence on it. You got to get that confidence. And he kind of tried to downplay that in his interview. Like, oh, it's not confidence, like I'm confident, but I just know now I got to deal with pain sometimes and no pain. You know how the media be, they try to like carve his shit to a certain direction. You know what I'm saying? But wait. Bro, do you know where I am? Oh, booby trap your house, boy. Like, but yeah, like, Mond had a pretty good outing. Yeah, and that UCLA DTR or DRT?
Robinson Thomas.
Okay.
Thompson. Yeah.
So DRT was looking like, yeah.
He was looking like, okay, well, I get to start above Mon next week.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, he's like literally the perfect backup to have behind Deshaun. To me.
I mean, he can definitely run that game plan.
Yeah. It wouldn't be like such a drop off. It's not saying like Mon would be like a huge drop off either, but I feel like this right now he just showed more in the opportunity that he had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that little bit of opportunity means a lot.
Yeah. Overall, it was a boring preseason game like we knew it would be.
Oh, yeah.
But I watched my young boys a little bit, and they did a long Aaron Rodgers interview and all this stuff. You see Sauce and them boys hyping their boys up. And it's like right now, Hard Knocks about to come out with my team on it. So we're gonna see in depth on the Jets anyway.
Yep.
But what I'm seeing is a lot of camaraderie, a lot of like coaching. Aaron Rodgers is coaching not just Zach and the quarterback room, but like the team,
the offense.
And the team is embracing that. So other people is on that same type of time.
Yeah.
I've been watching, all my training camp little stuff and stuff like.
It's kind of impressive how quickly Aaron Rodgers then came in and just created a completely different culture.
so quick.
Like,
you know,
that's the thing.
And it's not that he came in because Salah was already changing it. No, we was talking about that, and the Don got in on that a lot, you know. But it's like he came in to kind of supplement it so epically. Like, you don't think you could get that kind of change in one off season,
right?
But when you got somebody that's coming in that out of the last 3 years won 2 of the MVPs, he's not no regular person. And he said it like he's coming to like join this wheel, you know. And it's like the wheel already spinning, but he know his role is important and he embracing it. And he like, I think he want to prove to Green Bay kind of like what Tom Brady wanted to prove to the Patriots when he left. You know, I think there's a lot of that going on.
Like,
you know,
I can do this without y'all.
Hackett right now, he coming off, oh, you the worst. He got coaches calling him the worst coaching performance in NFL history. Like, he's gonna want to prove shit. You know, these guys are gonna want to prove shit. We got tough matchups. The AFC is tough. It's gonna be a real tough league this year, I think. You know, I don't think it's gonna be one of those league years where all these teams are up here and all these teams are down here. I think it's gonna be a lot of like fighting, like where people have opportunity to be up here. You know.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
I can't wait, man. Shout out to, you know, us having a little bit of a sense of normalcy when it came to like the sound of football being on. But you know, now we get into the part we're like literally we're about a week away from saying, all right, can we get the real football now? You know, once everybody get their preseason first game out of the way, can we get the real football now?
I think that this year that's a little different. I think one, because of the new setup of the fact that we only get 3 preseasons, and then I think because of all the change that happened this offseason for a lot of teams. Like I just talked about more than a few on my team. You guys have more than a few stories on your team, and it's like league wide. That's what's going on. Everybody from the top dogs to the bottom dogs have made like a lot of moves, and it's a lot of like things going on. And I don't think we know what the league gonna look like. Like, you know, every year we come out with like, this is how people gonna finish a top 10 teams, power rankings, and all this.
Yeah.
And midway through the seasons, most years, what we thought preseason to that point
looks like nothing like what
I think this is gonna be a crazy year like that. So, like, you know, I'm hoping my team stay on top of that shit. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now, because I've seen it. I've seen teams built like mine. Like, I know what niggas is saying, like, oh, they putting all these pieces, super team building, and I've seen that shit flop. I've seen it with teams that I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to play them boys. Like,
and then you know, like, absolutely want to play
put me
them boys
against these boys. Right. They can't win a damn game. Like,
right.
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's like we just seen it with Denver last year. Denver was supposed to come out hot, change the AFC. You know, we could easily be that, but not easily because difference. But
it's levels to this shit.
It's levels to this shit, boy. But I'm excited for the season. Like, aside from my Jet shit, obviously I'm excited.
That makes a lot of sense though, what you're saying, because a lot of pieces are being there were a lot of moves that have happened, but the move that has yet to happen so far is, where the hell is Dalvin Cook going? So I don't know if you've seen the headlines. I didn't really even dive into the stories, but I saw the headlines of Dalvin and the Jets aren't on the same page. What am I missing here?
I'm pretty sure, you know, it's nothing different than with any other running back right now. It's money. I personally think he don't want to come to the Jets. I personally think he's using the Jets as leverage. I think he want to go to Miami.
Right. He's been linked to Miami like
forever.
Right.
Like, you know, like that's his one of his dream places to play. Like, you know,
where you from? On
top of the fact that, like, at the end of the day, we do got Brees too. So he's not coming in here to be the guy. Like, right. You know, you might get that opportunity for some time, and you know, depending on how shit go, maybe you do be that guy.
Right.
But like, that's not what the expected plan is gonna be. You know what I mean? And it's a place like Miami. If he could take over his home team state, like, you know home what I'm saying? Team.
Like, that's he's a Miami boy.
He's a Miami boy. Yeah. So
not a University of Miami boy. He's a Florida State kid. Yeah. You know, but he's from Miami. You know what I mean? And so to be able to go home, play home, especially when now home has that offense, offense.
Yeah.
And if you plug him into that offense, it just goes to another level.
Yeah. But I think if you pay attention to a lot of the free agents this year, nobody signed after one visit quick. Like, look at D-Hop. Like, that was a way bigger deal to me. Like,
Yeah,
I would have paid D-Hop, bro.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that was crazy. Like, yo.
He shouldn't have, there's no reason that he was
The only like
not on a team before he was on
like
a team.
you understand it for them big dogs who didn't have cap space to give him any bread. Like if the Bills or Kansas City could give him money, they would have paid that man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he knew that he got to fight for his bag. His career is on the back end. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think he still got a lot of left in the tank, you know?
That's why I didn't like him going to Tennessee.
I know that.
Like not even like, oh, we got to play him, but like Tennessee ain't.
It's where receivers go to die.
It's where they go to die.
Shane
like
said it, and it's true. You know
like you look at Julio went there, Randy went there, who Robert Woods went there. Like a bunch of the receivers just go there, and then
especially right now, like
when they're handcuffed by a not so good quarterback
and a great running back.
Yeah.
That's losing a lot over there. That's affecting them a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you can't be a great wide receiver over there. It's you got to be super great in your minimal attempts. Like if Henry's working, we're gonna run the dog shit out of Henry.
Right.
Like the dog.
And they've showed you year after year after year. They have no problem.
If we gotta run him 40 times and it's working, run that clock, y'all. So you got to be ready on that one play action pass where you cold as shit because all you did was slightly block a nigga for like most of the game. Like, you know, and it's like, that's a lot different than what a Julio is used to. They be keeping their energy up on targets. 12, 14, 16. We've seen all that.
Right.
Like, you know, so I think that affects them. You know what I'm saying?
I just hope, he signed a 3-year deal there, right? Like, or is it a 1-year deal? I can't remember. I don't have it pulled up.
I want to say it's like a 2-year, some kind of incentives type shit.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I think Dalvin's definitely headed to the Dolphins, right? Like, it just seems like it's written in stone.
I'll take him, don't get me wrong.
If y'all can
I also think he might be facing a suspension, though.
For what?
For, like, some shit he got going on with his girl, like, it happened in 2021, I think. And then like he tried to pay her off. I guess his lawyers tried to pay her off and make her write an NFL letter, a letter to the NFL stating that she's you know, basically like he did no wrongdoings and shit to prevent a suspension, I guess, you know. But I think just trying to pay her off and shit is enough that they would suspend him.
Sure.
And I heard the rumor like when he first became a free agent or whatever, like some people might be scared to sign him because they don't know if he's facing any suspension. And then I seen a story on it recently. And I didn't know that his rap sheet was so
gangster.
Not just gangster, just like
extended.
To be the caliber he was, I didn't know he was getting into all this shit.
And like
I didn't remember all of it. Like,
and it not being
think
like
about Jameis Winston.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
And how tied to his name that all the like niggas is still talking crab legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how tied, and it's like when I seen his shit, it's worse as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear it tied to his name like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know if playing in Minnesota's market helped that or what exactly it is. But even the shit that's going on right now, like people see he a free agent, and most people don't even know he might be facing a suspension.
Like,
you know?
I didn't even.
But these teams do. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah, they have to do their due diligence and know exactly what they're signing up for.
Which is why he also might not make sense for what we looking for right now is somebody until Brees is all the way 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, look at it. You just had Kamara. He's got 3 games, 3 game suspension to start the season off.
That was from that Las Vegas incident, right?
That was, yeah, I believe so. Yeah. But yeah, he's facing the 3. So like now, if I go sign this guy, then sure, if he's suspended for 3 games or whatever the case may be, then I mean you still get Dalvin Cook for the rest of the year. Like, let's not act like you're not gonna get Even if you suspended 6 games,
Yeah,
you still getting down.
I was just saying that in my aspect.
Of course, but I'm saying for any other team, if he's suspended for 6 games, with them now adding that additional game, and now we all at 17 games a season.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal.
That's
you're still getting 11 games.
You're getting 11 games of Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
let's not be dumb. Like, sure, you got to. A lot of this has to do with different types of moral standings and all that shit. But at the same time, you got to make something happen because somebody else is going to do it, no matter what. Like these teams try to make these stances on shit to try to have great PR for their team. But guess what? There's somebody's going to pick them up. And he ain't finna get blackballed.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? So like, make a move while the move is there to be made.
For sure.
But for your team,
running back market thing is affecting it too. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is trying to give a running back the dollars right now. So.
Right.
So somebody like him is in a horrible position right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Saquon's not even about to get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even. You think you're worth something? And that's how, like, when you talk to these players behind the scenes and when they're on podcasts, that's how they say they be. You know, in them negotiating room, like, bro, you know how many times you've been injured? You know how much trouble you got in? Didn't you shoot out the windows with BB guns in college, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? They going hard on you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then that's causing reaction. Like, and you talking back and you angry? We can't even work with a nigga like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why a lot of this be having to deal with agents and because emotions will get in there. What?
They'll get in the way.
And this is to niggas like Saquon and Jonathan Taylor. Look what I do for this franchise.
And now Jonathan Taylor saying he wants out.
He wants out, bro.
Now, Bill Irsay said, "I'm not trading him." But at the same time, you don't want a disgruntled player in your locker room either. You know what I mean? And so eventually, something's gonna have to budge there. I guess my number one thing is I got 2 things. The first one would be if he wants out and is disgruntled. And you got this rookie quarterback, and you drafted this quarterback because you knew you had this running back, right? Like, that's the reason why you could take Anthony Richardson so high. Because if I pair him with him, this offense could be scary, right? That's pretty much what they were saying. So now he went out.
But then now you got to also remember now that we're putting together a team with coaches, but then we got these owners that keep a hand in the pot that affect things. And that's what Irsay is one of those owners. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look at it from that football perspective. You know what I'm saying? Of this is a supplementary player to the player we just drafted. So really, like, we need him just as much as we need AR right now. You know? Instead, he looking at it like what he said in his comments. Like, if I die today and he's out the league, nobody's going to miss us. Like, first of all, you don't say that when you got a disgruntled player already.
No.
You sound mad. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas.
Right.
As an owner, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was an unprofessionalism there going on.
But he's always been unprofessional. He's been the one that get the DUIs. He's the one that does the cocaine. You know, he don't give a fuck. He's the one who makes it.
And
blatant.
At the end of the day, that be what it be coming down to sometimes. Like, this is who you gotta work for you're not about to get what you want. Like, is it worth it? You know, that's how Le'Veon felt, and that's why people go hard on him to the point where he came back and said he regretted it. And of course he regrets it because of how it affected him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what he was trying to stand on at that time is real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just okay. So let's say if they do trade him though, Jonathan Taylor, who picks him up?
It'd be hard with shit like that because when you got to trade with a guy like that, you kind of got to be able to also afford to extend him whenever that's due. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to trade for him and only get him for whatever that remainder is that he was already fighting for. So it's probably his last year or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So like I don't know how those numbers work.
Let's not
But
go. Let's not go into
the
numbers end of it. Let's just go into best ideal situations
for him.
Yeah, I got two teams.
I mean, Bills. I mean, he's a great fit so many places, bro.
Of course he is.
I think the Steelers could be a big.
They got Najee Harris. I don't know about that. Najee was balling last year.
Yeah, he was balling.
I'm gonna tell you my other team. So one of my teams was the Bills, obviously, because the Bills is always gonna be it until they actually get somebody worth a fuck there. The other team is the Rams.
The
Rams who got multiple running backs that are done. Like Sony Michel just retired. But you give him outside target like Coop, tight end like Higbee. They still got Allen Robinson. And actually healthy Matt Stafford back there. I think that's a crazy ass offense.
That'd be nasty.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I don't think of all the teams with the shit I was just talking about,
they can't afford
it. Not even that. They have no compensation. Like they still don't got no.
They don't got no picks yet. They got no picks yet.
They don't got shit
because they gave up all they shit.
Well,
all
they
picks
have
to
to
us.
give up everybody.
Yeah, they gave like four. They gave us like mad first rounders for Ramsey, who is no longer there. That's crazy.
But you know. If this trade is forced, he would be a little cheaper than it was if it wasn't like this situation, you know, because other teams gonna be like, I don't even want to be there. Like you gotta trade him, so it's not like you could really demand the most, you know.
Yeah, you
got to be a little reasonable. It'll be kind of like Aaron Rodgers and us, you know.
Okay. I want to show you something real quick, dog, because. And I want to show the homies. So my dog Dak ain't getting the most respect out here in the world, but even by his teammates. Let's take a look.
Go Dak! Go Dak! Go Dak! Let's get in the box! Let's get in the box!
So even in his own locker room, the man can't get no damn respect. He got his other star player, one of the other star players of the team, Trevon Diggs. It ain't like it's some bottom feeding nigga on the team. It's one of your top superstars saying to your top paid quarterback, shut your bitch ass up.
Yo, it's
with no retaliation, dog.
It's a couple angles to this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
One angle that I like to hope that this is coming from, you know, is as a big dog on the team that number 7 is, you know what I'm saying? He trying to motivate that nigga. He trying to, you know, get that nigga to bring out his best. You know what I'm saying? And it's just giving him a taste of what's going to be going on when the season starts.
Okay.
Like, you know? So I understand that angle and I feel that angle, you know, because that's kind of like how I train my brothers on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. But then there's an angle of he don't fuck with that nigga. Like now he don't fuck with that nigga, but he do think he saw, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like if that's what players on your team feel about you, that is the energy you gonna get until you shut them up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's really the energy you deserve. Like you gotta have your team, you know what I'm saying? They got like it's been a lot that could go on that. That's why I hurt him too. Like, you know?
Yeah, I
mean,
it's
not unjust if it is that.
Right. And like so what it is you have to prove it to your squad. Like this is the year. Like because sure, maybe he was trying to, you know, bring the best out of him. But if you don't go out there and give your best this year, that starts just to be how they feel about you. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like you the one who getting the biggest bag here. You gotta perform at all.
You ain't giving nothing for your homies to argue for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's tough.
You know what's crazy? Dak, you've been, not only have you been paid for a while, but you've been in the league for a little bit longer. Why does Trevor Lawrence have the same number of playoff wins as you have?
Oh man. See, the thing about it too is that I seen they interviewed him about him saying that or whatever, and he was basically like, nah, at the end of the day, that's my brother.
Yeah,
and it just make practice fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the right things to say, but
that's practice.
And it's practice.
I get that.
So like that shit could all be true, but it could also all be not. So it's like perfect media speculation shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I mean, look, I've never played at the NFL level. I've only my football career ended at high school.
And to be honest, if you think
I do know that's how that goes down during practice. That's how it goes in practice. How it goes.
And if you Dak, it's not gonna be no retaliation because you know what time it is. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Like you got to zone that out in the game the same way.
All I know is Dak, you better go out there and prove this shit right.
I think we play them boys this year too.
Y'all better prove this shit right, because if not, that's not gonna be jokes no more. Niggas gonna be feeling that. You know what I mean? Granted, they ain't gonna tell you straight to their face that that's how they truly feel, but they gonna be talking about your ass in the locker room, bro.
Hey, just don't throw the sauce when you play us.
Or that's your ass.
Because if your team calling you a bitch ass nigga now, let me stop.
All right, man. All right, let's get to the next piece, man. I got another video for us here real quick. Let's take a look.
5'2" guard ever?
Yes, absolutely. I got him over D Wade, but I'm out of pocket.
Yes, you are. But
if you think about it, when he by himself, like D Wade, he had Shaq, then he had Bron.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't never really been by himself. When Miami was by themselves, they was trash. Yep. I remember Joe and them was not like killing. They was going to have battles, Miami versus Atlanta.
Shout out to Brad and them, and R.I.P. Kobe. But I was telling niggas when he first got with the Rockets by himself, bro,
it was different.
The switch, yeah.
And look, I know a lot of people talk about him now, which is still a all-star, by the way. Yeah. Prime James Harden was. Look, he had to play one of the best teams in NBA history. If it wasn't for that, James Harden would have probably fucking got a ring in Houston because they had a perfect team.
He averaged 35 for like 5 straight years. Like,
and how many assists?
And like 10 assists, bro. He better than D Wade, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
What do you think?
I don't like the argument.
Me either.
To keep it real, they play 2 different positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas look at Harden like he a shooting guard, but got to remember that he gets point guard ability.
Yeah.
Which is more time with the ball. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? More decisions coming directly from him. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that make it harder for me to compare out of position players because he's not a true point guard.
No.
But Wade is a true shooting guard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like hard to compare that,
Right.
But
I agree. I agree with that point. Like it's stupid. I think it's dumb to compare the two because like it didn't make much sense to what, especially coming from a nigga like Jeff Teague. You know what I mean? Like you should know better than that, my G. You should know better than that because not to compare these type of things. Harden was, especially in Houston, was said, hey, here's the ball. Do it. Do the thing. Every game. Wade was like handed the ball from point and said, go do the thing. But that means he wasn't always the one with the ball. He wasn't always the person bringing the ball up the court.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So like that's all James Harden did.
He had full control.
Full control.
When he wanted to shoot, he didn't have to get it passed to him.
Yeah, and as far as
if he passed it, Y'all see how fast he that nigga like the 2K. He called for that bit like you better pass that bit.
Right. Like this is not even a question.
Wade not that type of player either.
No.
So you know.
It's why him and Bron worked so well together.
Yeah.
Because he told Bron after that first year, after he lost to the Mavericks,
I put it like this:
you got to take over this team, bro. Because
so
I can't be the one leading.
Since I don't like this argument, this is what we're gonna do, right?
All right, bet.
Athleticism. Who you got?
Prime for prime?
Prime for prime.
Oh, then I'm going Wade.
Exactly. IQ, who you got?
IQ, I still give Wade.
Okay. Teammate, like, what is it? Camaraderie or like even leadership, like, you know, that whatever it is, like that shit matters in basketball a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It does. And it's still Wade.
Right. And then it's just like that's the part of it where it will be hard to say that he's better than Wade. You know, because then we got to get into like scoring. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's when that would be like, all right, then you got Harden.
You can give Harden that one.
Right.
But it ain't like you giving it to him by a mile, are you?
In their primes? No.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not. Like a lot of people's, because, you know, you remember the last thing you saw first. And the last thing we saw from Wade was broke down Wade.
For sure.
That was even by 2013, it was broke down Wade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people forget what prime Wade was.
Mm-hmm.
Prime Wade was Derrick Rose with a better percentage shooting. Young Derrick Rose.
Prime Wade pulled the Shaq and Kobe and got a ring.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Did y'all forget? Like,
yeah.
You know?
In 06. 3 years after being in the league.
So it's like, you know, for that to me, it's apples to oranges. Then you got to count rings and shit. Like that's what we comparing Jordan and LeBron and other people. So why that's not getting, you know? So like when I break it down like that, it's like, why y'all made this even a conversation?
Right. But you know, I just thought it was kind of foolish coming from an NBA player.
You know, some of them be trying to get their clicks for their little pod. I can't hate.
I can't mad.
And then on top of that, some of them be having little underlying beefs with some people. So,
oh yeah, especially when it's them actually being the ones to be making those. It be former NBA players making these statements. Well, they was in the inside of that league for a minute, for a hot minute. A lot of beefs.
That nigga might have that fuck Wade mentality.
A lot of beefs go down.
Trying to spread that energy. Like
a lot of beefs go down.
A lot of these niggas fuck their other ones, baby mamas. Let's keep it real. Let me stop.
All right, man. I'm gonna take us over to STs. Oh, which camera I'm on, man? I don't know which camera I'm on. There we go. I'm on this one. Take you guys over to ST's SummerSlam predictions. I'm gonna start doing this every month for the cards. I'm gonna give you my predictions just so I can have my shit on record. Let y'all niggas know your boy's Nostradamus around here. Feel me? So I know the opening match for SummerSlam is gonna be Ricochet versus Logan Paul.
Who you got?
It to me, dog. This is so tough because like Logan Paul is not brand new. He's been here for a couple years, but he's only having like 2-3 matches a year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Ricochet is that dude, right? Logan has been losing the last like 4 matches he's had, but Ricochet, this is his first big spot in a singles match at one of the big 4 pay-per-views. You know what I mean?
They're gonna give it to Logan.
I'm gonna say Logan's gonna take this, even though Ricochet is my nigga.
So the thing about these two people we talking about, what do they have in common?
Both hyper athletic.
They're gonna put on a fucking show.
Oh, this is gonna be a banger.
At the end of this match, nobody's gonna care who the real winner was.
That's true.
It's one of I could when I heard those names, that's what I see in my mind. You know, like that's gonna be one of them matches where it's like you look at both of them like, how the fuck
did you
that they
do
put
that?
on a match like
How
that.
did you do that?
You know, one of them high-rated matches.
Yeah.
You know how you show me shit that
Yeah.
where they be comparing it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
And then like the outcome of the loss doesn't hurt no matter like whoever.
I get that. And also like okay, so for Logan, we give you. So this is another way to look at it. Logan, we giving you a guy who can match you athletically.
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet, we're giving you a guy who's gonna put your face on the map.
On the map.
Because whatever fire shit they do is gonna go viral because Logan Paul was in it.
100%.
So it's instantly being made to just be this is gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna go Logan Paul first match. Second match
this weekend.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow
At
tune in.
Tomorrow at 8:00. Next match we're gonna go Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler MMA rules match. Both of them
MMA rules.
Yeah, both of them former.
Where they do that at?
Right, exactly. This brand new shit right here.
I'm fucking with that shit. And I got Ronda. She want to redeem her MMA-ness so bad.
Bro, what you mean?
First of all, if Looking Tough won fights, Ronda will be every bitch that like you almost ever like.
Except for Shayna Baszler.
Oh yeah.
Shayna Baszler,
she's not a regular,
They both UFC fighters.
No, I know.
Both.
I know.
So they ran a video package on Monday, and they talked about when they first met, and like she was saying, like I first met Shayna during UFC fight night events. Like they used to have them UFC fight nights every Friday or whatever case it was. And she was on the show, Shayna Baszler, winning like crazy. You know what I mean? And that's when her and Ronda got cool. And they've been cool ever since. Like they're part of the four horsewomen, right? So to see them turn that now into a storyline, taking it to SummerSlam, I think it's pretty dope.
Dope as fuck.
Whatever the fucking MMA rules match is, what y'all about to do? Go out there and like have a actual MMA fight?
At the end of the day, this is the WWE. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Facts.
So they don't have to have an actual MMA fight, but who can better make a fight look like an MMA fight then? Like,
Yeah, I'm not exactly
like those are two perfect people to like do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can really make it look like that, even if it's not like the same,
Yeah. We're gonna see what they turn this into. I'm kind of interested just to kind of see what where the hell this goes. But as far as my winner is concerned,
I can tell you where it goes right now.
Who you got?
All the UFC fighters gonna try to join the WWE because any bag better than the bag they be getting over that.
Also, because of the fact that the UFC and the WWE are under the same umbrella company now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot.
WWE.
So that is a big deal.
Yeah,
that could be huge.
Yeah, because Ronda's about to go back to the UFC, which is why I think Shayna Baszler wins. Because I think Shayna's going to be. She needs the one to take all the momentum from this. Because I think this might be Ronda's last match.
I didn't know that.
So I think with that being said, Shayna Baszler wins this. Ronda leaves, goes do UFC. See if she can't get back in that over there, you know what I mean? And then
I don't want Ronda to go back.
Yeah, I don't want her to go back either because
you know how you just talk about remembering where you last saw somebody. Oh man,
well, the last time
we was rooting for her too.
Yeah, the last time we was
rooting for her,
it ended up not being good.
No, it wasn't good.
It wasn't great at all.
They got her knocked right into the WWE.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the next match. Got Slim Jim the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. It's a 25-man Battle Royal. I'm gonna let you know right now. This match is for one man and one man only, and it's a dude named LA Knight. All I know is this nigga sounds like The Rock, moves like Stone Cold, and it works.
I don't know who he is, so
it works.
Killing.
So all I know is that they put this on the card like last week, and they put him in this bitch. And I think it's because since he's the number one merch seller in the company, not Roman, not Cody, not Seth, this nigga, the number one merch seller in the company, because he's been hot out of nowhere, right? You about to start pushing this nigga. So if you're gonna push him towards getting,
maybe put a showcase on for him.
You got to put a showcase on for him. First thing, I'm thinking so nerd. This is so nerdy what I'm thinking here though. But I'm saying like they're gonna have video packages of him as he's working his way up to getting to a world title, right? He gonna win the U.S. title first, and then he'll win the big title after that, right? But when they do the video package, the first thing they're gonna want to show is this win at this battle royal in this big ass stadium in the same stadium the Detroit Lions playing.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? At Ford Field. So you're gonna a stadium full of people. You just want to. It's just like everything is put there for him. And if my dog don't win, I'm gonna be big pissed. So I'm not even gonna do a prediction on this one because there's too many people in this thing. It's LA Knights to win, and if I would bet him versus the field. It's pretty much where I'm going with that. So I'm gonna go to the next match. The next match, I'm trying to see how they're actually gonna figure out how to, because it's not in order. So I'm trying to think about how they're gonna put this out here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair, triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship. I think going into this, Asuka's the champ. She just beat Bianca, who was the champ for like
a minute.
400 days or something like that. Charlotte came back out of nowhere and was like, "Bitch, I'm first in line because I'm Charlotte Flair." I think Asuka wins this shit only because we have a cash in, because the Money in the Bank contract was the last pay-per-view, right? You got people going around with their briefcases that you can cash in at any point in time. I think right after this match, they're gonna have Asuka win, and then Io Sky, who is they two Japanese chicks, right? Who both are dumb, crazy in the ring, right? I think she's gonna cash in, and then I think at the next pay-per-view, they're gonna have Asuka versus Io rematch for that shit, straight up one-on-one. And I think that's the one they're gonna try to get to. So for that to happen, she has to beat Asuka. So I'm gonna say Asuka wins, cash in, Io the champ. And then they go have this fucking probably 5-star match between these two ladies.
Sure.
Yeah. That's where I'm going with that. Next match, I'm going to say they're going to have Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Gunther is a goddamn goon.
I know.
Okay, so you know him.
I know both.
Okay, so both of them. Heavy hitting niggas.
Oh.
This match
is literally a foreigner brawl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is about the singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And until he loses, I'm always running with Gunther. My dog has now been an Intercontinental Champion for over 400 days. 400. Nobody taking that bitch from him.
He's a warrior,
and he is like, I think like less than a month away from becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Who is it?
Right now, it's a dude named the Honky Tonk Man. It's the fake Elvis guy. And I think they want to get that record up off him.
True. I thought it would be somebody from when we was younger, but that shit used to move around.
That bitch moved around.
When I think about it,
yeah,
that was like before you got a chance at the heavyweight. That was like a big name. Like it was way worth name weight was way more back then for that.
Yeah, and that's
Stone Cold. All these niggas was Intercontinental champion.
Exactly, and that's kind of what they're trying to do with Gunther to start to bring it back to that. Right,
that's good.
It's like getting this person who, we see this person gonna be a heavyweight champion at some point. Well, let's have that motherfucker go ahead and run with this damn Intercontinental title for 400 days,
bro. You could be like the heavyweight B.
Because one, we know he's gonna go up to the champion, to the next championship level, but whoever beats this long ass reign, now they that dude.
Yeah.
Because you just beat the dude that had this long ass reign.
The longest ever.
And is that Drew McIntyre?
Probably not.
Probably not. And I'm gonna say no. I'm saying Gunther. And the reason I say that is because Drew can easily be moved right into a heavyweight championship right now. I don't think he needs to go down to the Intercontinental to get back up to the heavyweight. He just returned after a minor injury or whatnot. So like I don't see him just coming back instantly and being the first person to knock this man off his pedestal. Not yet. I'm going with it. All right. That means we have 3 matches left. There's 8 total matches. The next match is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay, we know how that's going.
Well, who you got?
Brock Lesnar.
Instantly, that's always where I decide I want to go with that.
I mean, I'm just gonna go that way, and if you beat him, okay.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you got F5 like 6 times
already, right? And that's why I'm going with Cody Rhodes.
I was just actually watching something on Brock recently that was showing his like football, wrestling, UFC. Like the man's an athlete, you know. And even when they had him in the little on football, I think he played an NFL game. He played in the NFL game for the Vikings.
Yeah,
and he was like a defensive end.
Yeah. Would never played football.
Played football and was like getting after it though.
Like no high school, no college,
no technical skills. As far as manpower,
he was literally the last man cut of the final. He was the final cut of the season before they finalized making that finalizing the roster. Like he was with playing no football ever, just pure. How do you even get that far?
Brute.
How you even get that far into the damn the preseason? Right before
that's
before
how
regulars?
You know he's an animal.
Yeah,
because he was going in with niggas that's like, oh, I've been playing football forever. I'm not about to let Brock Lesnar come do something.
Like you talking about
crazy looking white boy with the ears?
You talking about dude that was just a WWE champion? Like get out of here! I'm not losing my position to this nigga. And then you got cut, and then here he is still making it to that final week. That's demoralizing. That's demoralizing. I don't know, man.
And the truth is, the kind of person that I think he is, let's say he made that cut, I think he becomes a better player the longer he plays. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So okay, so I got Cody, right? Cody they're 1-1 right now. So this will be the third match between Brock and Cody.
So you're saying Cody got his one?
Cody got his one.
No, boy.
Then Brock got his one. And now I'm going to say, Cody, you get this one. Cody, they still getting ready, primed to go ahead and be like the world champion. Like, that's just what it's going to be. And Brock is finally starting to do business where he's allowing other people to beat him to use that as a stepping stone to their next spot. You know what I mean? Because Brock is Teflon. Like, Brock can lose 5 straight matches and ain't nobody going to be like, well, he sucks now. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't going to be what it is. Next match, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth is the first. This is a new title, right? So Seth is the first World Heavyweight Champion. Kind of funny. 7 years ago, at the same event, was the first. That was the match for the first Universal Champion, and it was between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Finn Balor won, but during the match, like Seth used to pick people up in a powerbomb position and then like throw them into the turnbuckle. But he did it to the outside barricade, and it ended up tearing the rotator cuff and everything, and the rotator cuff and everything in Finn's shoulder, like for real.
I remember that.
And like so, Finn ended up winning, but then the next night had to relinquish the title, and like for whatever reason, WWE just didn't feel comfortable with pushing. Or correction, Vince McMahon didn't feel comfortable with pushing him again because here you are in your first match for this title and you're already getting hurt. That's how his mind goes, right? So in real life, it kind of fucked Finn's career up with that power bomb. So what they're doing is using that
as the storyline,
as the story, and like I'm going to take from you at the same event what you took from me. Is what his motto is, right? The funny thing is, so Finn Balor is a part of a group called Judgment Day now. It's him, it's my dog Damian Priest, Big Damian Priest. We got Rhea Ripley, and then you got Rey Mysterio's son Dominic, right? And like Finn's technically the leader of this shit, right? Well, the person who owns the Money in the Bank briefcase for the men's side is Damian Priest now. So Finn going for this World Heavyweight Championship
with a cash in on his team.
Now, what happens if Finn wins? Well, they've been teasing throughout for the past couple of months a little dissension between Damian and Finn. Just ever so fight. You know, ain't a bit.
So I'm gonna be already at the stage, on the side of the ring supporting you, because I'm your boy,
right?
And then when you lose bad,
or if you win,
when you win but you hurt,
yeah,
I'm gonna knock the fuck out your ass, win the title. Yeah, that's a perfect storyline.
Yeah, and then for that to happen, I have Finn winning. You know what I mean? So I see that happening, and then the final match. We got Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso in what they are calling tribal combat for the Universal the undisputed WWE Universal Champion and the recognition of the tribal chief. So whoever wins this is now
they definitely ain't about to get that shit to Jay.
You would think. Let me go on my soapbox for a second.
Soapbox?
They said the whole NOI family is going to be there. Right? That's what they said. Who's a part of the NOI family?
Rikishi, The Rock.
That one. Well, guess who can't go do no acting right now because the writers are on strike?
The Rock.
Guess who can use an opportunity to, make himself look even better after losing a movie like Black Adam? The Rock.
That was a good movie too, man.
It was, and they took him out of the
I don't know why, bro.
The leading character role.
Bro, my kids loved it. I went and seen it. Oh, my bad. We went to the theater and seen it. That shit was a good ass movie. I couldn't believe when I was hearing like,
bro, it was rather crazy to me how
I had to remember The Rock was black.
It was rather crazy to me that they just pulled the plug on my dog so quick, and I'm like, bro, it's not his fault that y'all decided to film this shit in one room, and like, yeah, sure, y'all tried to recreate different scenes, but y'all didn't use like no real money on that shit, and it was still a pretty decent movie. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, I don't get it. But with that being said, somebody's free right now. His name is The Rock. And let's just say
he gonna come and say, I'm the tribal chief, bitch.
No, I say he has been sick and tired of how this Roman been acting like he's ran shit for the family for the history of time. And he cost Roman the name of the tribal chief and the title that you've held for now over 1,000 days.
That'll be fine.
Like 1,000 straight days. Over 1,000 straight days, this nigga has been the champ. That's years, nigga. Years. This whole storyline with the bloodline is started with Jey Uso. Can it round off and end with Jey Uso? I want them to put the title on Jey. Just to shock the fuck out of the system. Because like, granted, as good as this story has been for 3 years, like there's no doubt, like this has been one of the best stories, if not the best story that WWE has ever put out. That's including Austin McMahon. But if they can move this shit forward, so then it doesn't feel like Bloodline story the rest of the show. You know what I mean? And everything can start intertwining again, and people can still start getting opportunities at being a world champion, and it makes everybody have a purpose instead of everybody just going for this one mid-card title. Somebody step up, you know what I mean? Like, it helps move things forward Roman is an attraction, title or no title at this point.
Mhm.
That's why I say go ahead and have The Rock be the one to cost him this shit. Because if you get Rock to cost him, now you got a separate match apart from your world title and your universal title
For WrestleMania.
Mhm. And that's The Rock versus Roman.
Main event without a title.
They didn't even need a title to main event. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. I'm interested to see how that turns out. The card is pretty fire. It's gonna be it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. So for those who are gonna be interested, make sure y'all tap in. I'm gonna be watching that shit. I'm gonna be live tweeting and shit too. So follow me over on Twitter at STTheGreat, all one word. STTHEGREAT, just in case y'all wanted to make sure if there's one or two T's. There's two of them things. All right, man. You got any shout outs before we get up out of here? You got anything else?
Shout out to the missing homies. You know, always got to shout out my dog, the Don.
Big
Jets
facts.
flying this year, you know.
Big
so
facts.
Me and him going to be dropping a lot of green on y'all niggas, you know. We're not just talking about the money. We talking about the blood, you know.
You dig?
And shout out to Shades, you know what I'm saying? Letting us come do this shit and his shit while he not even in this bit. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
So shout out to you, always holding shit down 24/7 pod, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to all the family stuff, you know. Everybody, kids.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
Kids on the way.
Mhm.
Everything, you know. Like just shout out to life on that type level, you know.
Yep.
But love y'all, love the homies. Appreciate y'all having me here. You know, it's been a minute.
Hey man, it's always good when you step back.
Football back, so I'm biased. If the Jets win, I gotta come pod.
Oh, that's facts.
So shit.
That's facts. So
let's go on the street.
Hey, depending on how the Jet season goes,
that's how much you're gonna see.
That's how much you're gonna see P-Dot. You know what I mean?
Y'all ain't gonna see me after no loss.
And if y'all still tapped in right now on the YouTubes, man, appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We've been here to respond back to you guys when we can. And yeah, man, shout out to everybody that continue to rock with us. Downloads is starting to pick back up again. So you know it's football season, so you know
ready to hear this football.
You know what time it is. So appreciate y'all for coming in and tapping in. If y'all it's your first time listening, make sure you go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and hey, make sure y'all rate that shit on like apples and all that good jazz. You know, I'm gonna hit y'all with a little corporate spiel just to make sure you know we try to expand this season.
Like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like the page. You're on Twitter, follow the page. It's free.
We get this thing to 1,000 likes and I'll dye this green. No, he's
not lying. He's not lying.
This the year it might happen, bro.
He's gonna have to do it.
This the year.
He's gonna have to do it. All right, man. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Until then, it's been Homie Studios. Yiddy.